How ambitious are you? Hi, I'm Mike Henry Sr. with Follower of One. Thanks for joining me again today on the Follower of One podcast. We're almost done with a series from Proverbs. Today we're in Proverbs chapter 30, and our passage is verses 8 and 9 from Proverbs 30. They say, "Remove far from me falsehood and lying. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with the food that is needful for me, lest I be full and deny you and say, 'Who is the Lord?' Or lest I be poor and steal and profane the name of my God." That's from the CSB, the Christian Standard Bible. I've been reading that translation more lately, and I really like that translation of this passage. I oftentimes wonder about ambition and how important it is to be ambitious. When I was younger, before I became a Christ follower, my ambition was pretty rampant. I wanted to be the most successful guy on the planet. I thought I was the smartest guy in the world, so I felt like I should be the most successful person as a result of that. After being frustrated, though, in the early years of my career, I realized that Jesus was the end result of my life, that I wanted my life to be pointed toward and mirroring Jesus. I want to follow him. That's where the name Follower of One came from. But I struggled still with my desire for ambition, my goal to have more than I have, to, as Oswald Chambers says, our reach should exceed our grasp. We should be aiming for something outside of what we can grab. It's calling us to be something more than what we are. I believe God puts that in us, but it isn't always money or temporal things. I believe we're called to be ambitious for these rewards that we hear about in Matthew 25, for example, in the parable of the talents, where he says, "Well done, good and faithful servant." I believe we've been given these opportunities to pursue this eternal treasure, to pursue whatever we should have or whatever we want to have in our eternal life, because our life won't end when our body dies. Our life goes beyond that. The Bible states many of these things very clearly, and I'm fumbling around them a little bit. But I think here in this proverb, what we're being challenged to remember is if we aim too high, we are tempted to go after the temporal things of the world. And if we aim too low, we go after nothing. What we want to do instead is pursue what Jesus would have us pursue. We want to center our ambitions on Christ, not on stuff, not on rewards or accolades, not on what other people think of us. These are all temptations of mine, to focus on those things and to get comfortable when my circumstances are not miserable. I get comfortable. I can get lazy and passive. And I think this passage is designed to remind us, let's keep moving. Let's keep pointing ourselves back to God. Let's aim not at too wealthy, too temporal, and let's aim not at too low. Let's have a pursuit. Let's chase hard after Jesus and what he would have us do. And this was written, this is in the Old Testament. So it's not really speaking directly about Jesus, but we're being guided in the way that we live. God has a calling for us. He has a spot for each of us. We want to find that spot and live in it. And that, I believe, is the message of this passage. So let's find that spot and live in it. Let Jesus define your ambition going forward. Thank you for being a Marketplace minister. Thank you for considering how your faith can make a difference in everything that you do. Remember, what we do because we follow Jesus matters forever. Thanks very much.